Hello, and let's get ready for the next training module, Framing Art or Not. Framing Art or Not. Now, the question is, do I frame my paintings or not? Well, a typical answer I would give is, that depends. That depends. Do you have a customer who asks for a framed painting? And that's key here, because some customers are very particular about their frame. Some might want a gold gilded frame. Some would want a simple black or tan frame or a white frame to match their walls. So did the customer ask you to frame the painting? Or did you see the final place where the painting would be mounted? Because that would establish what color is suitable for the frame. You know, if you have a very busy wall and you have a gold gilded frame, maybe it wouldn't fit in. Maybe you need something simple. And then also, if you're applying to art shows, that could determine whether you need to frame the artwork or not. For some art shows, they accept what are called gallery wrapped canvases. So the canvas is wrapped over wooden framework, which would be 1.5 inches deep. And that is enough to satisfy juries at many shows. So gallery wrapped canvases are suitable. So then you don't need an outer frame. Some people would do the gallery wrapped canvas and then also have a frame over that on the outside, depending on what the customer has asked for. But these days, gallery wrapped canvases are quite acceptable in shows. And that's the option I usually take. And as a DIY artist or an emerging artist, it is more cost effective to do gallery wrapped canvases. My first framing experience was a disaster. I went to a framing company and I asked the price, and it was well over $800 to frame my work. So as a DIY artist just starting out, I couldn't afford it. I bought material and I tried to put my work on board, and also I bought frames. It was very difficult to mount the paintings. So I realized why they charge so much for the framing, because I couldn't do it myself. So then I learned about the different options that are available. A very good painting may not sell because of the frame. It's not the frame that the buyer wants. And I show some examples here: gilded frames, gold frames, simple black frames, beige frames, white frames. They come in all different colors and styles. So the painting might be absolutely gorgeous, but if the buyer doesn't like the frame, then you're at a disadvantage. So this picture shows some of my paintings with the 1.5 inch gallery wrapping. I painted the edges. So in some cases, the image goes all across the edge. And the gallery wrapped canvases are quite acceptable at art galleries and great for saving on costs. So you can buy rolls of canvas and paint on the canvas. And when you're ready, you can wrap and stretch the canvas onto a wooden base. Or what I've discovered recently is that storing flat pieces of canvas or storing rolls of canvas takes up less space than buying stretched canvases. So you have many options available to you. You can buy stretched canvases, or you can buy rolls of canvas that are primed with acrylic gesso. So the priming with gesso helps literally close up all the holes that are in the canvas. So you don't have to do the priming yourself. You can buy linen, cotton canvases, if you like, just plain, and do priming with white gesso, or you can buy canvas that is already primed with the acrylic gesso. So it saves time and material if the canvas is already primed. Now you have your painting on the canvas, or you choose to stretch your canvas for yourself and then paint on it. So again, you have options. For stretching, you need your wooden templates. You need a staple gun, all right? And there are different stretching tools, stretchers and pliers that you can use to stretch your canvas. And I put a link here for a video that you can take a look at to get some more experience and information on stretching the canvas. But these are some of the basic tools for stretching. Your scissors, your tape measure, your staple gun, right? Your stretcher, your pliers. These would help you in stretching your canvas on the frame. And as you can see on the picture, you have the wooden frame, and some art shops actually sell the pre-measured wooden frames, so you can staple those pieces together instead of having to cut it yourself. And then you pull and stretch your canvas over the frame, and you use your staple gun to staple the canvas in place. So one idea, you do two opposite sides, right? East and west, north and south. And then you continue along the edge once you have the main sides in place. So east and west, north and south, or 1, 2, 3, 4, as you see here in the diagram. And you use the stapler to fix the canvas onto a wooden frame. So art shops would sell the wooden frames, or you can make them yourself, depending on how far you want to go with your DIY project. After you stretch the canvas on the frame, then you can attach your hanging wire. So either in a portrait or landscape, depending on how you want to hang your painting. It's best to use D-rings, and you attach them 1/3 of the distance from the top of the painting. So if you decide that you're doing portrait, 1/3 of the distance from the top, you attach your D-rings, and they actually look like a D. And then you use hanging wire with resistance. So not a smooth piece of wire, but wire that actually has resistance so that your painting wouldn't slip and slide on the hook in the wall, whichever hook you're using to hang your painting on the wall. Now, another trick is to neaten the wire with tape at the back. So you wouldn't want to have pieces of hanging wire sticking out, because somebody could get cut when they're hanging the painting. So I always use tape to cover up any loose ends of wire at the back of the painting. So I'm going to show you a short video clip of how I attached hanging wire and D-rings to the back of the canvas. Let's take a look here. Okay, so that was a demonstration of the attachment of hanging wire to the back of paintings. Hope you enjoyed it and you got some ideas on how to hang your own paintings. So in this module, we discussed whether to frame or not. That depends. But you can create your own stretch canvases and also attach hanging wires. Thank you so much for following this module.